Uh, Hello. Why did my Nelk and the Legendary Alchemist music get so serious sounding? Let's get something a little bit lighter hearted than that. Anyway, good evening. It's Korean anime. It has been what? A long time, I feel like. Over 3 weeks since I last streamed. Obviously, if you followed my Twitter or something, or you know me IRL, you'll know what happened. But essentially, this is gonna be like the hey, I'm back, and things have a little bit. I've changed things a little bit. Essentially, I started to be more of a streamer now that I'm back to streaming again after a long gap. Probably no one watching this, but that's fine too. But for starters, I just wanted to let you guys know, one, I was involved in an accident of a vehicular variety. I'm okay now, luckily. I'm not dead. I haven't broken any bones. I was just immobilized for the majority of my time away, and I'm kind of back on my feet. I can't really leave my house yet, nor do I have a vehicle to do so. But I'm finally well enough where I can do some simple streams. And in the interim, the things I did while I was away is, one, I was stuck. My first week essentially was I was just stuck in bed the entire time. I couldn't really do much except use crutches to go to the bathroom. I couldn't basically the right side of my body was injured, my right leg and my right hand specifically, slash a little bit of wrist. So yeah, it wasn't fun. And I figured in that time while I was doing physical therapy and stuff, I did a few kind of different things to one, to pass the time, because it wasn't my brain was suffering, it was just my body. So I actually ended up watching, I think around, I want to say over 10 different anime series. I finished Uma Musume season 3, Chainsaw Man. I finally watched the last episode of Komi-san second season. I watched the both seasons of Seijo no Marioku Banno desu, which I think is the Saint's Magic's Omnipotent. It's anime is in my name, right? Hey, how's it going, Tetsman? Hello, good evening, good evening. Yeah, what is this one? I think it's something about my daughter became an S. Yeah, my daughter left the nest and returned as an S rank adventurer. That was pretty mid. I watched the first 2 seasons of Ascendance of the Bookworm. I watched a new Rurouni Kenshin remake that came out last year because my little sister informed me that there was one, so she wanted my opinion on it. Which, I'm fair. We watched the 90s one, or whatever it was, or the 2000s one together. I also watched, I also finished A Place Further Than the Universe, which is a very good show. One of those, coming of age stories. But, so, I watched some anime. While I was away. Because that's all I really could do is, just turn the TV on, not even use the remote my right hand, only my left. So that was my my first week. And then once I can start moving my wrist around a little bit and stuff, I started doing some physical therapy and things like that. And one of them was actually art therapy. So the background you see right now, on stream, I actually did this while I with a mouse. while I was recovering. So I know the bookshelf and desk kind of like jank, but the background image is also actually something I did via mouse. So kind of proud of that one. I can actually like here. Let me just show you. Like, this is gonna be the biggest scam. It's gonna be like the biggest scam. Like when you see like what the actual full background looks like. But essentially, there you go. I'm just gonna put that here. This is what it actually looks like in its full. It's obviously like I just blended a bunch of like pastel-y colors together because I like searched like what would make good like kind of like a night style pastel, and then like I kind of like did like the coloring of the moon and stuff like after the fact. I think it came out pretty well. And then like I kind of like wanted this kind of like pastel image in the background. And then since like all the negative spaces look kind of empty, like I put like some Switch looking games and some nondescript PS5 looking games on my shelf here, as well as putting my social links shamelessly there. I've also the reason why I'm like only here neck down is because I also did something else, which is I updated my model. So obviously you guys seen the glass ahoge, which I did like I think in December, but actually like while I was you know, while I was like out for the count, like I just randomly decided to go into I use Vtuber Studio and just I upped my model game up a little bit, so that's why I kind of this is kind of like my little reveal kind of thing too. Yeah, like because these are all like little things, like manipulating the mouse and stuff. I still hurt my hand and things like that, but it was like a nice little like kind of like, you know, like it was like something I could do for physical therapy that was like relatively easy. I could do in very small spurts, and even like the game choices I played, like until like this past week, I essentially stuck to like games like puzzle games like I played a lot of P-Cross like in my free time because like literally I have to do is like I move around my left hand and I confirm with my right hand, so it's like not that bad. The time I was just adjusting crutches, watching YouTube/streams, playing games. I did a lot of that too. I did watch a lot of YouTube, and instead of watching streams, I did watch some streams, but like I definitely watched a lot of anime in my free time. But I did also play a lot of games once I could do that. I've been working like remotely from home too, so like obviously I haven't really gotten that much fresh air. And what sucks being like involved in an accident where you're like kind of like you can't move like parts of your body, like your right leg or your right hand is. It cuts into like basic things like that you wouldn't think about. Like, luckily I could do like basic stuff. Like I can eat with my left hand still. Not as good with chopsticks, but I can use chopsticks with my left hand. I can cook with my left hand. I can cook with one hand and on one leg, luckily. But like stuff like taking a shower and stuff, like until I think last week, I think was when I took my first shower in like 2 weeks, because 2 or 3 weeks, because like I was like bandaged up and stuff still. Like I couldn't take a shower even. I just would change my clothes every day, and like that's the best I could do. Yeah, well, glad you're feeling better too, Tetsman. Glad we're both getting into this, into the thick of things. I also updated like my stream layout, so chat is actually legible now, so you can probably read it from a distance, which is nice. But yeah, like one of the things I did was obviously like I upped my background desktop game. I am kind of happy with how it came out. It's kind of like very simple, and like hopefully I'll like do better with it. But like you'll see like the other scenes too, because like I plan to react to some like later on. Obviously we're gonna react to some stuff, and I'm gonna play like a game. But like, yeah, let's first here. I'm gonna show off my model because I updated with a different theme in mind. I will say that having a nice, just standard white sweater is nice and all, but I saw this like in like VTube Studio. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, I like this because it gives me like this like Atelier vibe. I love the Atelier franchise. If you don't know, the soundtrack we're listening to is Nelky and the Legendary Alchemist right now, which I really enjoyed, despite the fact it's not that good for a Atelier game. It's technically also a spin-off. Like, here, we'll go. You can't see my hands. Unfortunately, I can't move my hands yet, so it's just gonna be stuck in the sleeves for a while. But I also got like sneakers. Let's go, sneakers. Really, the things that I care about the most. So I'm like fully fledged VTuber-ish now, made with like pre-given assets from VTube Studio, except the Ahogen glasses, which I technically made via like their software, I guess, like on my own with tutorials. So it's not like I did anything crazy there. But yeah, like I decided to like up my VTuber game a little bit. I figured this was nice because it's like very Alchemist looking, and like not like in like the Full Metal Alchemist kind of way, but in like the Atelier franchise way, which I really love. So, you know, like, you know, I figured like, I mean, it looks nice, right? Like, one day when I can move my hands, it'll look funny when, you know, my sleeves move around and stuff. But, like, for now, since they can't, it'll just... You're just gonna essentially see me in, like, this kind of standard bust form, where I'm just, like, waist up. You can't see hands. But yeah, like, if you're wondering why my monitors are set up this way over here, that's literally what my monitors are set up, like, at home. Is I have a horizontal and a vertical monitor. My vertical one's actually like lower quality, so like its viewing angles are kind of bad because it's older. And it's like the type of panel it is. I also like over here on this side put my shameless social links, so shamelessly I'm advertising my Twitch, my Twitter, and my YouTube. So if you want to check those out, feel free to. Not that anything but my Twitter has had any updates in the past 3 weeks until like today, where finally I'm streaming again. But yeah, like as you can see, I also did a stream starting soon screen here, which I'm kind of proud of because I didn't know how to do a GIF. So this is actually just 4 images with the 3 dots just showing up. And then I put like my old thumbnails into like its own like randomized image slideshow in the top right corner to take up the negative space there. And then you can see these in a moment too. But like I have this, and I put a guide for myself to where I'm supposed to place the video when I do React content. And then for games, it's gonna be like something similar. Obviously, the game windows is gonna be bigger and maybe smaller. But for React content, it's gonna be like this. And I figured, like, you know, it's a good kind of like mix. And like the vlog one is good because I could just like talk here right in the center, and just like this would be good for like just chatting and stuff, and like if I want to show things off. Although I'll probably have to plan more because I'm gonna probably go full VTuber now going forward. There's gonna be a lot less of my IRL face, and you know, sorry for that. And I guess like when it comes to like these kind of things, it's like this is like my pseudo debut, I guess, now as a VTuber, since I'm going to just embrace being a VTuber. So I will say that like when it comes to origins of design, like this is inspired by a character from a online MMO golf game that I used to play, and I just enjoyed playing like the little like the lolly pirate captain with like a bunch of strength points, because it just was very funny to me that I can hit harder than the majority of the cast of people I played with, because everyone's like big like thing was about control, whereas like I'm just like, just have good timing and low ping, and you don't have to worry about that. Just have good timing and low ping. But and like the outfit I chose because one, it was free on VTube Studio, and two, it looked like Atelier. And then I wanted like a pastel theming for the room because like I think it's just pleasing to my eyes, which I appreciate. So like yeah, I'm like you know, it's a very basic like thing. Like I don't have like lore or anything like that. I guess the big lore would be like, I guess technically I'm some people would consider me a trap. I personally would not say I'm a girl, but my character, my VTuber model looks feminine, so I guess some people would be like, oh, are you a female? I'd be like, no. The funnier part is, even when I was playing that online MMO golf game, I would tell people all the time that I'm not female, and people wouldn't believe me. They'll be like, oh, you're female. I'm like, why would you think that? I'm like, I'm not. Like, you're not male enough. I'm like, what's that mean? I never understood that. I mean, like, and like, I guess like people will say my voice sounds masculine or like manly, or some people just say, oh yeah, you have a deep voice. I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah, like I don't know. Like I don't know. People are like, oh, what are your hobbies? I'm like, I like watching anime, playing games, you know, reading, writing. But if it comes like other things that I'm good at, like I'm not very good at like computer graphics as much. I'm good with like cooking, like handcrafts and stuff like that. I'm very good with like a needle and thread, surprisingly. So I don't know, maybe that some people consider that like, oh, I don't know, gender roles don't make sense to me. Like when I was a little kid, I always thought to myself, having all these skills is important, because like sewing and cooking are very important skills to have, as well as cleaning. Because if you don't clean well, you can get like crap all over the place. That'd be stupid. Like, don't do that. Sewing is very important because like buying new clothing is much more expensive than mending old clothing until it can't be mended anymore. Got tricked by water. And cooking is important because, like, you know, eating out every day is expensive. I know that from first-hand experience. Like, it's better to be able to cook. So yeah, I guess like this is kind of like my reintroduction into the world of streaming, and my formal, like, this is why like informally have been using like hashtag VTuber for some stuff, especially on YouTube. But this is my formal foray into saying, yes, I will be a VTuber, I guess, going forward. I'm not gonna hide my face or anything though, like, so, and obviously, like, you know, I'm still gonna go to conventions and stuff, things like that, and just be me. Like, that's not gonna change. But I guess like yeah, I'm a VTuber now going forward. Like, officially, even though I've been using a VTuber model since like what was it, July 2023? like consistently. So yeah,